Hi, let's talk about race and football. Did you know that the World Cup has become a display of black power on the global stage? Did you know that this fact is driving some white people absolutely crazy? So, Paraguayan senator, the name is Celeste Amarilla, responded to France's 1-0 win against her country, Paraguay, by labeling French star player Kylian Mbappe a colonized Cameroonian, desperately trying to pass himself off as a French person. Tough things there. So, of course, you know Kylian Mbappe is a celebrated footballer who turns up for the France national team. Kylian Mbappe is, of course, Cameroonian, and for reasons that are known publicly, he was never able to play for the Cameroonian side. Kylian Mbappe is one of the leading stars at the moment, and he might just be the winner of the Golden Boot after this 2026 World Cup. So that's an absolute star. So the only problem Celeste Amarilla and her types have is that this wonderful player happens to be a black man. That is something that they cannot accept. I have told you many times that civilization is always one of the things that people fight about. The civilizational wars, Samuel Huntington, the clash of civilizations. This is a representation of that clash of civilizations. The immigrant crisis in Europe is another representation of that clash of civilization. The Americans have told the Europeans that they may suffer civilizational erasure, largely because of Africans who have been migrating to the European nations. And this is one of the windows through which we can understand both migration and also the effects of the results of migration. Now, if you do a casual search right now on the internet, you realize that there are black players in 47 out of the 48 teams in the Men's World Cup 2026. At least 47 out of 48 teams have at least one black player. In fact, it is only Argentina that does not have black people on its team. And you know what happened historically to black people in Argentina. One can almost say that there was a genocide against black people in that country. But the white majority, the white power holders, made sure to erase any presence of black people in that country. That is a historical fact that is documented. So it's really difficult for white folks or any person with white skin to accept black excellence, which is now on full display on the global stage through this World Cup. Now, the problem for these people, you can call them racists or whatever other label you want to give them. I do not believe in labeling because it does not help the discourse. So if you want to call them racist, if you want to call them nationalist, whatever name you want to call them, you can call them that. So their problem is that you can hide success, black success, in many fields. You can hide the scientists. You don't tell their stories. Those who have held patents, you can decide not to tell their stories. You can hide the engineers. You can hide the doctors. You can hide all of that. The writers, the journalists, you can hide all of them. But how in God's name do you hide Kylian Mbappe? How in God's name do you hide Mohamed Salah? How in God's name do you hide Sadio Mane? How in God's name do you hide Eliud Kipchoge? These folks are always on your screens. Whether you are black or yellow or blue or white, you must watch them. And they make people happy and proud across the world. Can you imagine how many people are watching the World Cup right now? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine, therefore, how many people across the world are experiencing black power? Through these stars, wonderful people, bringing joy to our lives, wonderful display of football. In all 47 out of the 48 teams, that is black power on display. You can't hide it. You can't hide Kylian Mbappe. Every goal he scores is a phenomenon on its own. You cannot hide Eliud Kipchoge on the track. Fantastic Kenyan athlete. How do you hide such talent? How do you hide such phenomenon? These are not just human beings. These are phenomenon. These are people who impact on our lives directly. You may never meet them. You may never experience their presence directly. But they are always somewhere around the corner, in your living room, on your TV screen, in the newspapers, and so on and so forth. Black people continue to excel in sports. Sports have elevated the black civilization all over the world. It's a historic fact. It cannot be hidden. And we study it in international relations. We study it. Oh, yes, we do. And this World Cup, I think, opens many windows to reflect more on black power. And I want to thank this lady, this Senator, Celeste Amarilla. Her comments have elevated this conversation in a very fantastic way. It has made it possible for us now to reflect on black power in sports. You can hide the politicians. You can hide the scientists. You can hide the innovators. But how do you hide people who are on your television screen every day? Even the Scandinavian countries, Norway, Netherlands, name it, have star black players in this 2026 Men's World Cup. This is black power on display. Undisputable, remarkable black power. And this is what we need to continue building black confidence. This is what we need to continue building Pan-Africanism, even beyond the African continent. This is phenomenon. This is phenomenal. Whatever the word is, it doesn't matter. We need to capture this moment as Pan-Africanists, as Africans who are thinking of reconstruction of the African identity. This is our moment. Kylian Mbappe, go man, go. The golden boot is waiting.